I got to meet Cardi B. Now, Cardi B's man, I got to tell you, man, this guy, I mean, his cologne must have been made of weed because it's just, we must have walked a few minutes and it just never stopped. It was just consistent. Like it was just like
it was like Lionel from Charlie Brown.
Seriously, like what is this? What is this guy on? Like, I mean, it just was constantly like following us. Like, and I can't believe you're walking through a lot of security and cops and stuff, and they're like, yeah, he's a pretty good artist. Wiz Khalifa, outside of Cardi B's man, Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I had to shadow him once, and woo, I literally got high hanging out with that guy. Just not even by smoking it, just being next to him the entire time.
They say he's super nice.
Yeah, he's actually a very nice guy, very fun.
He's working out like crazy now.
Yep,
he's
good. I need to get to the gym now because of that. I see him, I'm like, damn, Wiz. Jay-Z and Beyonce had a clause where they specifically had security to make sure that the staff and the employee at the stadium did not watch the concert because we did not pay for the ticket. So because we didn't pay for the concert ticket, we weren't allowed to watch the show with everybody else. Yeah, total dick move. Meanwhile,
like, what is the matter with you?
Meanwhile, we're doing the work. Yeah. We are doing. We are also part of creating the experience. If you smell it loud, because rock is cooking.
The eyebrow too.
I had that eyebrow way before Dwayne Johnson. I had that cooking back when I got my chance to really hang out with Hulk Hogan, Terry Boulay.
Yeah.
I asked him. I said, "Hey, Hogan, I noticed that every time he said, I body slam Andre the Giant, he's always, increasing the numbers, cooking it basically." I'm like, you do know that there's not 100,000 fans at the Pontiac Silver. Like, so why do you just keep jacking it up? He goes, because I can, brother. And he said it in such a way that I was kind of like, you know what? Kind of like that. I go, so now in my hashtags, I would say because I can,
Yeah.
But it's always because of that conversation I had with him. Because just the way he said it, it's because I can, brother. And I was just like, all right, tidbit for the Super Bowl. I'll get back to that people don't know. And here's a good thing. Working the game, one of the props was national anthem. So I remember getting to the stadium. They told us we needed to get there like at 6 a.m. or so, whatever. But I knew that the itinerary said that, they were going to be doing the little sound checks and stuff like that. So we got to hear, I didn't get to see the person perform, but I got to hear and time it. And then I was like, all right, well, let me check the props, Let's see over, under 120 minutes or a minute and 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, person did 119, person 110.
That's awesome.
I was like, then I'm calling everybody saying, hey, you might want to take the under. It's going to hit.
Yeah.
The under hit.
Yeah.
So inside information there.
Good move.
So now I'm, for every Super Bowl moving forward, it's like, hey, man, whoever's working at the stadium, I got to find out who works there. And that's the.
You got to make the connection.
That's your lock right there.
That's it. That's your lock in.
And, well, I'm not taking all credit for that. My buddy worked the San Francisco one. And he called me and told me about it.
Oh,
so then
he gave you the tip.
Yeah, he gave me the tip. So then, I think 2 years later, I was kind of like, oh, this is my lucky day.
Yeah, you should probably give him a kick.
Yeah, we're like, all right, we get there super early. We just want to check out the stadium, and we get to this suite. We go into this suite, and it's like, the biggest suite I've ever seen in any stadium. Like, it had its own elevator, a marble floor. Like, it was just, it was all the specs that you'd want.
An elevator in the suite?
Oh, yeah. This thing was just, or right next to the suite. It was in conjunction with it, but it was right there. So you're coming up, you're golden.
Easy.
And we're like, man, this is pretty, this can't be our suite. It's impossible, And there was like a maitre d' that was there making sure, we're all good. There was chip salsa, a refrigerator full of beer. I'm chugging down these beers like Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's pretty
Somebody used to do that, right? The fucking thing. Yeah.
And then we realize, the lady comes back in and goes, can I see your passes one more time? And we're like, sure. And they went from being so hospitable, just so nice to us, to like, I don't know, it was like Exorcist. Like, it just, when they realized we were in Stephen Ross's suite. Yeah.
Oh,
and we didn't know. We had no idea. And when they found out that we weren't supposed to be there,
oh boy,
they're calling security. Mind you, we have credentials, just not those credentials.
Yeah. But they're the ones who messed up.
Oh yeah, they're the ones that made the mistake, and now they're turning. They're turning on us.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm freaking just pounding beers. I'm like,
you're
I'm
on the Stephen Court boy.
Yeah, before I get out, I'm gonna grab some more food here. I'm just chugging it down. I didn't want to leave. And
before security takes you, you're gonna make sure you get everything you can.
Yeah, and then we got to our suites, and it wasn't as luxurious. But why am I going to let my ego in the way? When, I could have done this, I could have done that. Oh, but I didn't like how this person talked to me, or I didn't like how this person did this, that.
As long as the job gets done, who cares?
Yep, and also even to go deeper here, when you're working with some people, maybe somebody had a falling out with that person you're working with. Hey, Vic, I don't think you should be working with that person. Well, guess what? In my opinion, when I'm working with you, it's like a football record. It's 0-0, and every time you do something good for me, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. Until you give me that one, then I know to stop working with you. But until then, I don't care if they told me you shitted on 1,000 people. But if you and I are getting the job done, people know me. They trust me. They know what I do, what I bring to the table. No matter what that other person does, and that has given me the ability to work with so many people, whether they've liked them or not. But if it gets me to where I need to get at the end of the day, I'm all for it. I do it, and I do it 100 times.